trading view. It is where I love to just mark up my charts, look at different zones, look at the sentiment of the market. Candles, and there's different time frames. So what I like to do is I like to start on the daily time frame, meaning each one of these candles is a volume of 1 day. So that's how much movement each singular day. Right here, this candle was February 7th, 2024. So it's all back. And so you can see more back history. And if you guys were on Jay Patnode's trading booth, he talks a lot about looking left in the market, back testing, understanding what the market likes to do historically because the market likes to repeat itself. So that comes into play when I'm looking at my strategy. So the first thing that I like to do is find out what is the market doing in this in this time frame, right? So I'm looking at the overall trend. Bullish and bearish are terms you will get super familiar with going through the academy. And so in this, I am going to look at the trend. So as you guys can see, Jay kind of goes over higher highs, higher lows. That's a bullish sentiment. So it was going bullish. It was going up, 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 up like this. And now we just had a breakdown. So right now we're looking to see where is this market looking to head. So I zoom out just a little bit, and historically, the trend is going in the upwards direct as of recent, once it had this pullback. So I'm looking for a trend in the upwards direction, very close to where we are trading at right now. So today is October 5th. So I'm looking at just the month and a half past. What is the market historically liking to do? And we are in a bullish momentum in GBP, JPY. Drop some ones in the chat if this is starting to make sense. Um, okay, is my Wi-Fi okay for you guys now? I know it was kind of cutting in and out for a little bit. Um, okay, cool. Um, all right, so basically this trend is going in the bullish direction. So what I like to do once I start off on this daily chart, finding the recent trend, I like to go down to the 4 hour market and I start zooming in just a little bit. So if you've not gone through the academy yet, this will be something that gets talked about. And what I look for in the market is support and resistance lines. Support and resistance lines is basically market structure. It's areas in the market that like to be respected. And I'm going to show you guys an example of that where I'm looking here. So if you guys see, market structure is basically areas in the line that like to be respected. So here, if we're looking this far back, we are seeing the market came up to here, it touched this area, and it moved back down. It kept doing it, and it looks like it's having a hard time breaking through that. Well, when the market is trading below this purple line that I have and it's having trouble breaking through, it would be called resistance. Once it breaks through, it would be then considered a support, which is why I just like to call it market structure itself. So you can see, and I'll just draw on here, is the market came up, it tapped, and then it died. It came back up, it tapped, and then it died. And then when it did break through, you see this red candle right here. It tapped right on that line. So it was respecting it as a support line before it broke through. So it looks like this market structure line is trading right near where our current market price is at as a support line. Type a 1 in the chat if that makes sense. Are you guys seeing what I'm seeing here? Just want to make sure everyone's following along with this and I'm not going too fast. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So the first thing that we're looking for all trend, and we saw that it was bullish, and now we're looking for market structure, so support and resistance line. So right now this would be considered a support line in the market. So Now I'm going to look for where is a resistance line to where the market is currently at. And so this is where we will try and look left. That's why I'm zooming out here, is because the market likes to tap the same areas multiple times. Seeing a resistance line, which is actually where the market is trading. Is my Wi-Fi okay? Just let me know my internet connection's unstable. You guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. So this would be considered a resistance line to where the market's at, even though it's right at market price. So what I'm that market likes to go back and forth in between where it's currently trading. So right now at market open, I would expect the market to back down and trade in between here. But if it doesn't, let's look for another resistance line. So this is why I had so many lines on that other chart that you guys saw. So all I'm looking for are areas that the market likes to come up to. When it taps, it reverses. When it taps, it reverses. Same with here. It comes back up through and then it goes up. So this is just areas of market structure. So what I am looking for here is the market is currently trading right on this resistance line. If it breaks through, this resistance line will now be tested as a support line. And this resistance line up here would be that new area that the market might have trouble pushing through. So I've now identified a support line where the market's trading at and a area that it could potentially have trouble breaking through when it gets up there. So these are just really important areas for me to be aware of in the market when I'm entering into trades, especially if I am wanting it to continue going up. So now that I've looked on the daily to find that trend, I've looked on the 4 hour to find my market structure lines. Now I'm going down to the 1 hour to try and find areas of entry that I would to get into the market and trade with the bullish trend. So what I mean is I'm going to look for areas for me to get into buys since this is a bullish market. So I want to trade with the trend. So what I do is I like to look for big moves in the market. So you guys all see how there's many green candles that are going up in the market. Well, this would be considered a big bullish move. So what I'm looking for, where is the last opposing color candle to the move up? So in this case, it was a bullish move up. I have a lot of green candles. I'm looking for the last opposing color candle to the green. So these would be a red candle that I'm looking for. The reason I'm looking for this is when the market makes big moves in this direction, it typically leaves some orders behind where if the market comes back down, and I'll just show you guys visually here, if the market comes back down to grab it, it will most likely bounce up and continue with the trend. So all I'm looking for in my strategy and will use to trade, which has helped me, is where is the money sitting in the market? Where can I find a zone and a reason why to enter into the market as trading with the trend? And how do I know to stay in that trade and how to manage it? So basically, with the market is at right now, we had marked up that resistance line. So if it does come back down, where are some good entries that we can enter in the market I'm looking for? So here I see that there is this last red color candle before this move up. So this is where I would place a rectangle on this little dot here. So I would enter into the market if it comes back down here. Be my first 3 point. And then I would enter another position at the bottom of this, meaning I know if it comes down here, there's money sitting in this candle where it'll come and grab it and move up with the trend. So that is just a very, very small breakdown where I went from very beginner concepts to mark the trend and support and resistance to them finding zones. So what I want to show is more hands on with my trades and how it all played out so you guys can see um you have two positions at once. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I usually two positions at once when my zones get in, when they come into my zones. I just am eliminating more risk. So for my trading plan, and if you guys don't have a trading plan, I would highly recommend with my, I know I do 1% a day, and I aim to have about 2% growth a day. So when I am going into these trades, basically what I do is when this market comes down, it'll hit here. And if it does hit here, I am only entering a 1/4% position on this. And then I will add the same lot size. So say, for example, I risk 0.5 lot size to risk a 1/4% here on this entry. Well, I would do another zero point 0.5 position when it enters here. So one, I'd be risking less on this zone, and then I also have a better position before it makes a move up. So if it does go in the direction that I'm thinking, I'm better positioned and can secure more profits when it goes the right way, but also I'm eliminating less risk. So I'm risking less than 0.5% on a trade. I don't like to take more than 2 trades a day. This also goes in like those tap to trades. If you're taking tap to trades, I would not take tap to trades a day solely because when you are entering in trade, you are putting more risk on the line. And when you have more risk on the line, you could potentially lose a little more than anticipated. And if you are brand new to trading and you don't necessarily know what lot sizes are or management is yet, this is why we recommend not taking more than 2 tap to trades a day, because typically these tap to trades are about 0.5% to 1% in risk. And we don't want you being at risk in your challenge accounts that hopefully all of you were able to grab because of people's money. It's insane. So I just wanted to bring that up of like proper risk management. So the reason I do enter two position is because I want to lower my risk and have better positions in the market if it does continue. So I hope that helped. So basically, I'm just going to go in and show you guys some of these trades. So this one, I typically like to trade indices. If you don't know what indices are, it's basically the NASDAQ, NAS 100, Dow Jones, US 30, S&P 500, and I also like to. The reason why I trade these is they're very volatile. And what I highly recommend, especially if you're brand new, is trying out different Forex pairs, which is why I wanted to show you guys GBP, JPY. When I was new, I loved trading GBP, JPY. It is a very volatile Forex like pair to trade with. It's a lot less leverage and it moves a lot less fast in comparison to the indices. So if I was brand new and I was starting this again, on GBP, JPY, and USD, JPY. But what I'm going to show you guys is my trades that I take this week, and this was on NASDAQ. So this is kind of crazy here, but let me just eliminate some of these position or some of these lines so you guys can see what I see here. Um, So when I'm marking up this zone, basically, you guys can see that little rectangular line over here. Um, I only did this one, so it was right on that one line for you guys. So this is where I found my zone. So I was waiting a while for this zone to hit. Basically from September 18th to October 7th is how long I was waiting for this zone to hit. But when it did, it made the move. So you guys saw how I had my zone marked up on GBP JPY. Well, I did that here on NAS, and when it came into my zone, I entered a 1/4% position here and entered into the market. And my stop loss was here. So when it came into my zone, I layered a 1/4% position here and rode it up because NAS is in a bullish momentum right now. You see here, I have my purple line. So I had a feeling that NAS was going to support this. If you guys see here, basically all of these candles were respecting this line, meaning there wasn't really any candles that they had wicks down. So breakdown just of a candle is when the market opens. So I'm looking at this red candle here. When the market opens, it starts the body of the candle. When it closes, it'll either close below or above where the candle opened. And so in this case, this is a red opened here and it closed at the end of the hour right here. But these wicks are where the market went to within that hour. And so when it is trading in a candle, so each hour is a candle in this case because we are on the 1 hour time frame. Basically, I'm looking for the market to come reach my zone, but still respect the market structure. So that's where you guys can see all of these candles closed above it, and that was a good sign for me. So it came in, tapped my zone, I entered, and then it ran up to like a 1 to 9 trade. If I would have closed out, I did secure my 1 to 7. And for those of you who are new and don't know, like risk to reward or 1 to 1 or 1 to 7, what that means is basically since I risked a 1/4%, I had a 1/4% on the line. So a 1/4% multiplied by 7 is almost 2% on this trade. So it would be 1.7 trade. Because I risk 1/4%, you multiply a 1/4% by the risk to reward, which is 7. And then in turn, I would have made 1 point loan. This is kind of just real time, like how this out for me. Um, okay, yes. What was it like being growth curve? Okay, yeah, so I will stop sharing my screen here in a second and I'll just break it down from when I was brand new, doing all of this because you guys, I did not start out here. I can promise you that. Um, so just to finish up, bounds always need to match up with support and resistance. Yes, if I want to be in a very modest trade, knowing exactly why I'm in the market, knowing that what my strategy, you guys, is I like to have a lot of pros in my favor. And every time that I take a trade, I basically make a pros and a list. So a pros list of like, I know why I'm entering into the trade, and these are all the things I have in my favor in order to take this trade. And the cons list is like, okay, I could see it potentially not respecting my zone and blowing through it. Well, support and resistance lines are always a good pro for me to have in my corner when I am taking a trade. Okay, where and when can people trade/learn from me? I go live on Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Central, doing live as well as live meetings. So I'm giving zones. If you choose to follow along, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I am not licensed in this. I am just here to show you guys what is working for me and answer any questions while you're on your trading journey. I always recommend people to start out with a demo account, especially if they're joining live. But I do that Mondays, every single Monday at 9 a.m. Central. And so when I was brand new for with trading, and I just want to break this down for you guys who are brand new, right? Being brand new can seem really intimidating. Like I had no idea what a candle was. I didn't know what a chart was. I had no idea where to look. And you guys don't even understand what we have here at Akashics. It's honestly insane. It took me probably a month and a half to 2 months to even execute on my first trade when I was first learning, just because I went into the education and you guys have tap to trade. You can see you can see exactly how trading works and how money is fluctuating in the markets now with it. I'm so, so happy for everyone who's getting to experience this, right? And so, being brand new, the best advice that I could give is get connected with other people who are putting in the work towards the goal you have. Whether that's becoming better at trading, you want to involve yourself with other people who are trading, asking questions in the trade that we have. It's an amazing resource. I talked with so many people and they're like, hey guys, like, what is this? I have zero clue. And so many people in our community are wanting to help you. And going through this academy, it's the academy has, he is so incredible because they don't sit there and waste your time and giving you the information that you need. And just sitting down and going through the academy is going to give you such a better understanding of terminology that we're talking about. Like how I said at the beginning, pips. Some people don't know what pips were. I didn't know what pips were, like it's different terminology that are crucial for traders to understand that he literally walks you through it in minute long form videos just through the academy. And the academy is so nice, it literally funnels you through the video. So if you haven't gone through it yet, it's so nice, go through it. It's super easy. Have out a notebook, write down some notes. But hopping on and asking questions on our live sessions, you guys, like our Wi-Fi money community, we are so very special here. We have so many servant leaders who are also trading every day, who are doing this, that are wanting to help out. Host our own like sessions where you can ask Q&A questions, you can share your chart markups, you can send chart markups to other people. If you're not understanding different terminology, just plug yourself into different people who can kind of break it down, how I'm doing for you guys today, like just hopping on and staying involved. But don't start out knowing what you don't know. You know what I mean? So like when you're brand new, you want to learn it all right away. You want to start making money. Like, I joke and I'm like, yeah, I still hope that I'm going to hit my $1 million trade. Like we all want things to happen so much faster than what is actually reality. And the best thing that you can do is plug yourself in, give yourself time, give yourself that consistency and show up for yourself every day and plug yourself into the education, the training, the people, the community, everything like that. It's going to help so, so much. But just know that this is a skill set that can change your entire life. Like this has changed my over the course of the past. One resource that helped me retire my husband out of working 16-hour construction days back in May. We've been able to hang out with each other and just trade every single day since then. But just give yourself time for a skill set that can potentially change the rest of your life. As long as you never give up, you're gonna win. Like for me, I I wasn't so sure trading was for me, but I kept showing up. That was the biggest thing that everyone told me is like, if it doesn't make sense now, just give yourself time. Like look at it and just the more basic, and as long as you focus on getting 1% better every single day, you're ultimately going to reach your goal. It's just sometimes when we're learning skills like trading, we can't see the growth curve that we're going on. Sometimes a lot of the growth that we experience is within ourselves. We are becoming different people because we have such big goals. And if you're an individual like myself, where you have higher income, you have to understand like the most that you've ever made for yourself or most you've ever done for yourself now. And what is it that you're trying to, like if you've never done it before, you have to understand it take time I order 1,000 plus a month, or even 5,000 plus a month. Like, what is the biggest income that you've created now? And where is it that you're like wanting to go? And so with trading, it's a skill set that's going to take time. You're going to need to plug into education, the educators, the team, charts, working everything up, getting hands on, starting to learn all of those things. And so for me, one thing that I love doing is because this opportunity and this skill set of trading has changed my life. I have only wanted to share and show other people how to do it. And it's been literally the most fulfilling thing for me to do because not only am I able to share my wins, but I'm able to see other people start believing in themselves far greater than they ever did before because they started seeing the wins in trading and they keep building upon it, fully changing their entire financial future. And just being a part of that and sharing with this because I went first is the most empowering thing ever. And so for one thing that I love doing now is just like surrounding myself with the community. I wouldn't be here today if this isn't what I love to do. I wouldn't live on Mondays to show you guys like what I'm doing if I didn't see the benefit in it or want to help other people. And so when it came to the building the business side, I continue to go all in on doing that. And when I was doing all things trading, I wanted to share it with other people. So I wasn't stopping them from starting on their goals just because I may not have been an expert trader, still not an expert trader. We're always a student to the game. And when you are still a student, you know where you're headed. If you know where you're headed, why not share that with other people to bring them with you? And the biggest mindset switch that I had into and just instead of just trading, like sharing it with other people, the biggest switch that I had is like, if I go and I go out and create my success story, and a year from now, I'm living a completely different life, which I can attest to. I'm going to Dubai in 3 weeks with the rest of the team. Wild, that's just crazy stuff. Super excited for it. But I would have hated to not share it with other people a year ago and for them to watch me go out to Dubai and be like, what is she doing and how can I do it? She never told that she was doing this. Like, I would have loved to learn. I would have loved to do it. And the reason that I shared it with other people in the beginning was I wanted to clear my guilty conscience of like, if I go out and create my success story, which I know I'm going to, how am I going to look these people in the face if I don't share it with them a year from now and they say, I wish you would have told me about it, I would have done it with you. And so I wanted to start sharing the opportunity more because I didn't want to deny other people of creating their success story because I hadn't created mine yet. So when I started building business, I wanted to know that I had control of like who I was working with, like my friends, my family. I wanted them to know exactly what I was doing, regardless of if this was for them. And I started with them. What was possible. And you guys, they've followed me along this far. And most of them honestly haven't even joined me, having a crazy success. And they ask me questions every single day about like what it is that I do, And so what I like to sharing this, my main goal was to get my free account because I never wanted to pay for it again. I knew trading was going to take me some time. So I didn't want to have the $150 come out of my account every month if I was still learning. I just didn't want to pay for it, but I wanted to do it with other people because I saw this community was absolutely insane. So I started posting on social media. That's my sword when um, oh, hold on. My internet's so slow. Okay. Sorry guys. Um, hold on. Okay. So basically I've finished up one concept here, but where I was starting to share the opportunity, so I wasn't denying other people of their success story was just really mastering my mindset when it came just trading in business and all things like that. So I'm gonna reset my router here, you guys. So without further ado, I am going to introduce our next speaker. So I hope you guys got some great value from just the chart training that I gave, a little bit of the mindset that it took for me to start going out and building business. Um, just different things like that. I'll hop on here in a little bit. The next thing to bring up is honestly such a close mentor and friend of mine. His leadership, his guidance, his positivity, his energy. He's always such a great person to just be around. And I have absolutely loved working with him for the past year. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for him. Um, so without further ado, I'm going to bring up Jay Patnode, who's going to give you some sauce. Get out a notebook, get out a pen, start taking some notes because Jay Patnode's about to drop sauce here. So thanks you, man. Jay, you crush it, man.
What's going on, everybody? We're figuring out some technical stuff so I can share my screen with you all. But hope you're having a fantastic Saturday. Marissa, you absolutely killed it. We were just talking about in the group chat. It's crazy to see how far that you came. You know, since starting, it's a beautiful thing to see. So we're all super proud of you, and it's exciting. It just shows it's a testament you can come and not know anything, right? A majority of us don't know anything, but if you put the time, energy, and effort and lay the foundation, you can be successful in this industry no matter what route you decide to take. And that's the beauty of it, right? You start laying the foundation. Everything is built brick by brick. Like everything is brick by brick. You learn the concepts, you get the skills, and you gradually add on. And just by being around, these calls, what we're doing here in person, we got probably another 20 something, 20 or so, I can't count, here in person, right? And so that's what it's about. Be around the fire, be around the knowledge. You can ask questions, you can learn. And each week, even if you've heard this stuff before, each week there's a nugget that gets dropped that maybe adds or gives you an epiphany or realization into your trading plan. That's all I ever did was I was just in every single thing. I listened to the basics 100 freaking times, and then something clicked, right? Like I didn't already hear it 1,000 times, but maybe the thousand, and one time it clicked with me. So I'm gonna run through you guys just a little bit of some stuff. So Marissa touched on a lot of good stuff as far as zones go. I'm gonna show you guys, and if you were part of the boot camp, it'll be a little bit of some of the stuff I talked about, but I'm gonna go in deep on, now that you have your zones, right? Once you're looking, because zones are meant to be once you get into that area, you're looking to take trades, right? You're looking to start taking some trades. And so now the best next thing is, well, what's your targets, right? Once the zones are hitting, what's your targets? And that's where we go into the concepts of MBs. And that if you were on the boot camp that I did for 7 hours last weekend, you probably got a lot of info on that. And so let me pull up uh trading view for you guys, and then I can share my screen. I think this is it right there, right? Sweet. You all see my screen? Thumbs up. Let's get some thumbs. Thanks. All right, all right, all right. Okay. I'll just go to GBP USD, or actually, let's go to do you have pro tip or no? You're gonna piss me off. Yeah. All right, guys. So let me just go here. So we talked about in the boot camp, we talked about the concepts of MBs, right? So market breaks or market breaches. Market breaks or market breaches, right? And what are they useful for? Well, finding the range and where we're trading. And so I'm going to go over. I don't even know how to move this. How do you move this?
Just press more.
Oh, I got it. Market break or market breaches, right? And what is a market break or market breach, right? It's when the market breaks to either side. So the concepts of higher highs, higher lows is something that's a very base concept in trading, right? That's how you can tell whether it's an uptrend or downtrend. And sorry, if this stuff doesn't make sense to anybody, that's okay. If you're a beginner, it's not going to, right? This is all advanced concepts. We go through some advanced, some basic, some advanced, and then we get into building the business training as well. So it's gonna be an array of stuff. So wherever it is, just take notes and we can roll from there, and maybe it'll make sense down the line. The hell? Ads. So we talk about the concept of market breaks or market breaches, right? So when the market shifts to the upside, so what is the concept? What is a trend conceptualized, right? What is the base of all trading? Higher highs, higher lows. That's something I talked about in the boot camp for a long time. So let's just say, for example, we know that this right here is in what? An uptrend or a downtrend? Is this price going up or down? Anybody want to say? Oh, there we go. We love that. Participation. Up or downtrend, right? So we got an uptrend going on, right? But what constitutes an uptrend? Higher highs and higher lows. So if I was to use this drawing tool, right, you got price made a high, price made a higher low, right? It started down here. Price made a higher high, price made a higher low, right? Price then made a higher high, higher low, higher high, and then price breaks down. So we talked about the concepts of MBs and market breaks. So if I go back, once price breaks to a certain side, this is what constitutes the market breach. But why is this important? Because Marissa was just talking about zones. So if you were to draw, if I was to look, like if I'm looking to trade and I see a market break or market breach happen, so from the very low of where it first started, where that first initial push first started, and then as it breaks through the very height of it, that's now your range. So what is your range? Your range constitutes where you think price is going to go after it does its initial pullback. So in this, price pulls back. If we looked, it pulled back to, Marissa was just talking about zones. It pulled back to an imbalanced zone, right? And once it did, if it is an uptrend, where does it have to go next? Anybody know where would it have to go next? If we're in an uptrend and it pulls back, where would it have to go next?
Going up, lads.
Has to go up, and since higher highs and high, no, it's a good guess. But I'm glad you said something though, right? But the thing is, with the concept, remember, higher highs, higher lows. So if it's an uptrend, it has to make a new high if your bias is correct. So once it goes in one of these zones, where does it at least have to get to? The very top of the zone, because it has to make a new higher high. That's how you can understand ranges and pair them up with imbalances and zones and S&Ds and supports and resistances. Because if you know price is going to continuously go up, where does it at least have to go to? The top of the box that I drew. Because only why? Because it has to make a new higher high. And what did price do? And shows you over and over and over again. I can draw a box here. I can draw this box here. Oh, I can draw this box here. Right? I can draw this box here. It started right here, right? And this is the height and before it pulled back, right? You see that underlying concept showing over and over and over again, right, guys? Does that make sense to everybody?
Yep.
Cool. And the thing is, it's simplistic, but seeing it, it'll get easier and easier. Let me get the comments. He says, yeah, he was. But let me just go back now. So let me show you guys. So let's just do this for an example. Now, when you piece them together, let's just show for an example, just even the one that we just had, right? This is how you pair everything together. You have your range, and this is what, if you guys want to start getting good at understanding where the market's going, this is what you should do. You should draw these boxes within your charts in real time or back testing. Back testing works as well, and just see how it plays out, because it's really a simplistic step. If you want to start like actually getting into the markets yourself, the easiest way I can tell you to do that is start by drawing a box for your range, right? Find your range, and then, oh, my bad. Find your range. So you draw a box, and then draw your area of zones, whatever zones you want to look at. So imbalance right here. This is an imbalance. If you don't know what that is, that's completely fine. Okay. never mind. I'll just leave it there. Um, and then find a target, right? So let's go back. And so this is your target. Oh, let me go back. You got that weird mouse thing going on, Tippa, with your keypad. The reverse, left is right, right is left stuff.
No, it's the correct way, bro.
Oh wait, you actually might be right. Maybe I'm the one that has it wrong.
Yeah, you got.
Oh well. So all right, you draw your imbalances or your zones, and then price will go into it, and then you draw your targets. And so all it is this at the top of this right here is your target. And you can do that on any time frame, right? You can do that on any time frame over and over again. That's a good way to start understanding where the market flows. But anybody have any questions on that before we switch over to the next topic? Anybody here? Question?
Where did you say your target was at?
The target is going to be the top of the zone. And can anybody, or top of the range? Can anybody explain to me why?
So, whatever it is, that zone, it had a drawback before, so based off of that, it's, like Lee's gonna reach back up to that zone.
So-
whatever it does, you know that it's gonna shoot up higher from there.
So the question that was just asked was, because it went back into the zone, do you know at least it's going to go to the top? So the reason why the concepts, because it's a higher high, right? If it's an uptrend or it's a down, if it's an uptrend, it always, if your bias is correct, a new higher high has to be established in order for it to continuously be an uptrend. And because it has to make a high that was higher than the previous high, what does it only naturally mean? It has to go above this high at least, just because it's going to create a new high. And when you go ahead and understand that and you pair it up with the zones, that's the base for, I mean, honestly, you can do those three simple concepts and be a successful trader, right? Obviously you fine tune some things, but like you could literally go on the charts and take a trade. Maybe where your R to R be the best every single time. No, that's where more experience comes into play. But you can literally take this exact trade once it comes in, hits into the imbalance, set your stop somewhere below here, and use this as your target over and over and over again. But obviously, the more refined you get, the more you'll be able to turn a 1-to-1 into a 1-to-2, or a 1-to-2 into a 1-to-4, because you'll learn different concepts that'll help you add, more parameters per se into your trading. And so this is just a concept that I want you guys to, maybe practice, go look at and just understand. But higher highs and higher lows, it's super simple when you first learn it, but you can utilize it on a different level when you understand that. And so knowing that this, whenever it hits a zone, is it automatically mean it's going to go up? No, but if your bias is true, if or correct, then it has to. And so that's how you can find target areas. So where could I start taking off part of my trade, or take out my trade, or run my take profit to? Your target areas. So that's all I'm going to go over for today. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to the man, the myth. Do I have to? Did you? That was quick.
No, finish what you said.
Oh no, nothing. No, I'm good. That was nice.
No.
Hope you guys found that helpful. But I'm gonna go ahead and pass it to the man, the myth, the legend, the man with the plan, Mr. Saucy, the biggest tip in the city, Mr. Tippa. Yeah. My God.
Yo, let's go. Let's go. I guess I got like 3 new nicknames now. It's on a daily basis. How we doing, everyone? How we doing? Drop some ones in the chat if Jay gave you some game right there and you learned something new. And drop some twos for Marissa. Marissa, you did an absolutely amazing job. Guys, I can't stress enough that not just Akash X, right? Akash X has a lot of amazing things. In-depth academy, tap to trade, an app with softwares that actually work. But us as a community, our team, right? Leaders like Marissa, like Jay Patno, right? And other people that will be hopping on, right? They have so much knowledge, not just in building the business, but guys, we trade for real, okay? And you guys can see that, all right? Marissa has been absolutely killing it. She's super, super humble, okay? So if you guys aren't hopping on her sessions, guys, you are absolutely missing out, all right? Especially if you don't have a strategy that you're using and that works and you're profitable yet, all right? So with me, I'm going to take a little bit of a pivot from trading. One sec. Let me stop sharing my screen real quick. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Tippa. I live in St. Anthony, Minnesota. Grew up, born and raised in Minnesota, and yeah, I'm fortunate enough to have met Josh and Jay about 4 years ago. Got started in this industry. Wanted to learn how to trade first and foremost, right? And then I got into a lot of the business building. Okay, so let me break it down. Okay, when I first got into trading, right, the purpose of it was for me to get time and location freedom. The purpose of it was for me to get time and location freedom, right? But the fact of the matter is, trading is still active income. Okay, what does that mean? That means that even though you're only going to be trading 5 to 10 hours a week, right? And you can do it anywhere, anytime, you still have to actively click buttons, right? To make money, right? And you have to actively manage your trade as well. Okay. So, what's really, really cool about this business is that you're also able to tap into something called passive residual income. All right. What does that mean? That means that work you do up front, right, will then later on pay you on a weekly basis for the rest of your life. All right. It's just like building any other business, right? It takes time and it takes the right skills. Okay. But the way I thought of it, guys, was if I'm going to be trading, right, and I'm going to be devoting all this time and energy to learn this skill, for me, guys, one, I want to also help other people, right? And some of you guys might share the same sentiment. And everyone has different motivations, but we all come to the same conclusion on also doing both things, trading and building the business. So another thing that influenced me to also start building the business is because uh, think of it like this, right? Trading is like finding a $20 bill on the ground, okay? And then not building the business is like finding another $20 bill on the ground 10 feet away and not going to go pick that up and just walking away. All right? It doesn't make any sense. The thing is, people often get scared and they get nervous about building the business because they don't understand that they can actually go and kill it, right? And they don't understand what it takes to go and kill it. All right, so that's what I'm going to be helping you with a little bit today. We're going to talk a lot about mindset. We're going to talk a lot about duplication and leadership, right? For me, guys, I want to explain a lot about the actual, sales portion of it. And this isn't a sales job, okay? This business is where the more people that you can help find success, right? The more that you can contribute, right? The more value you can provide as a person, as a businessman, as a trader, right? The more you will get paid by the company. Okay, it's a beautiful, beautiful business model, right? And now you leveling up your skills as a leader, right? As someone who's adept in all these different skills, right? You will also push yourself to be a better person because of it. So it's a win-win situation, right, guys? On the opposite hand, right? If you went the corporate route, if you went to school, college, got a job, decided to go in the corporate world, and you had to, you're very high achieving. You have to fight and compete against other people, right? A lot of backstabbing, a lot of behind the back kind of things. And everyone is out to get the same job. They're competing against to get the same job, and there's not the same kind of camaraderie there is with this business, right? Everyone here is trying to become a better version of themselves, right? Learning skills that are going to benefit themselves, benefit their family, allow them to do certain things like travel, right? And we're not competing against each other, right? We're collaborating, and that's why we're a team. What does team stand for? Someone put it in the chat. Someone yell it out right here. Together, everyone achieves more. You guys hear that? Together, everyone achieves more. Okay, guys? So that's why this is the most beautiful, beautiful business model that I know and that I love. Okay. A million one ways to get paper, right? A million one ways to go get money. Okay. Now it's about how are you going about it, right? What is your work environment like? And that's really important to me, right? Who are you surrounding yourself with? Is it a bunch of people that are just content with living a normal life, or is it with people that also want to achieve better heights, bigger heights? Okay. So now breaking it down a little bit for some technical things. All right. When you're getting into this business, okay, there's a 4-step system that we talk about. It's called IPET. All right. Inviting, presenting, enrolling, and training. Okay. You don't need to be up here like me in order to have success with this business, right? You don't need to be up here like the other leaders that are going to be on and public speaking, right? In order to have success in this business. What's really amazing is that all you have to do is get good at bringing people to see the information. Okay, that's it. The inviting. As long as you can get good at that, right, you can get paid lots of money in this industry if that's your goal, right? You can have a big impact as well. All right. So now, oftentimes, what people will hesitate, right? The reason why people will hesitate to, invite people to see the presentation is because they don't have the results, right? Who's had that feeling before? Drop some ones in the chat. If you're like, I don't have the results, so I don't want to tell other people about it. Drop some ones in the chat if you felt like that before, right? Very standard, okay? And I totally understand, right? Jay just said you're gatekeeping. Hey guys, that's true, okay, guys? It's evident that so many people are winning. Okay, now I have a few ways to look at this, right? It's evident that so many people are winning. We have a whole testimonials channel, right? You can talk to some of the leaders on the team, and they'll be completely transparent about how, like, how their results are going, or what's going on in their life, what they're looking at, right? Where they're looking to go. And so, just having these kinds of conversations, okay, should give you a certain level of conviction. Now, you're like, well, I don't have the results. So I'm not going to tell my friends, my family members, or my friends of friends, or whoever it is about this opportunity. Now, just like what Jay said, you're gatekeeping, and let me break that down a little bit. So, consider that, you have your best friend, all right? And let's say that they're also like entrepreneurial and they're also ambitious, and you don't want to tell them anything about what you got going on here because you don't have the results yet, right? What if they learn a lot faster than you, right? And they dedicate themselves a lot more than you do to this, and they become better at this skill in a lot shorter time, right? What if that happens? Okay. Isn't that the most amazing thing? Right? Instead, you want to, go through your whole journey, right? The results are different and vary for everybody, every single individual, and your timeline will vary, right? So after, like, let's say maybe, a few months to a year or 2 years, you're like, I finally got this skill down. Look, Jared, I'm going to teach you this skill. Or this is something that I've been working on for the last 2 years, right? But now you got to start.
Can you guys hear me? Thumbs up if you can hear me. Yes? Yes? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go. All right. We lost Tippa, but he'll be back. He'll be back. He always makes a comeback. So but yeah, honestly, like I'm gonna go through honestly some of the it's nice because Tippa and I we think a lot similar when it comes to business and mindset. And I feel like I feel like that's how we, connect so much and have done so much together. But my name's Brandon Wildman. I've been doing this for 6 years. I love it. I love this community. I've been trading, investing for 6 years now, building the business for six. Um, I'm huge into crypto and trading. A lot of you guys on my team know that. Um, and I love it. I love the energy. I love helping people. I love sharing my knowledge about, the markets and about building the business. So I'm gonna go over a lot of that today. But I want to I want to Devin said hope it stays with us during the election. Now, I can go over that too. We go over that too, but I'm gonna piggyback off what Tippa was saying. So I screenshotted something the other day and it hit for me, right? So I want to read it to you and then I'm gonna explain it, all right? So Human Psychology 101. And guys, this is for the sales and mindset portion. You can apply this to trading too, but it's mostly going to go over like sales and mindset, okay? So I'm going to read this to you, all right? So write it down. Human Psychology 101. The less you care about making the sale, the more you sell. This doesn't mean you shouldn't want to make the sale. It means you don't want to come across needy or desperate. Stay detached from the outcome and your sales will increase. Now, a lot of people ask me, how did I, how do I put so many personals in? How do I build such a big team? And guys, it's because I want to impact 1 million lives. That is my goal. And I feel like some of you are stalling because you don't remember why you started. Okay? The reason I started this business is because one, I didn't want a boss. I didn't want to work a 9 to 5. Okay? I didn't want to be stuck at a location, right? I want to fly around the world with my family. I want to make multi-millions, multi-billions of dollars. Okay? I want to feed the people in North Carolina and people who are, suffering from the hurricane right now. I want to give back. And some of you aren't where you want to be in life because you don't have a big enough why. Because the only person that you're thinking about is yourself. And people say, well, successful people are selfish. Well, I would have to disagree because the people who are making a difference in the world are the people who have the materials and the money to do it. Right? So, but it's funny how that works. And how I'm going to tie into that is the less you get attached to what other people think, the less you get attached to people joining your business, right? We want people to join your business, right? But guys, I used to stress when people didn't want to work with me. I used to get upset. I used to get mad when someone called it a scam. But look at what we've built just in the past few months. You cannot tell me that there's anything better in life than this. You could never convince me, ever. I've watched people make hundreds of thousands of dollars, more money than I've ever seen in my life in the past few months. And it's just crazy to me. And that's why I finally realized like I just need to detach from like the money and being obsessed about like who wants to work with me because I already have the best opportunity in the world. If someone doesn't want to work with you, that's on them. That's their problem, not yours. Right? And so I know a lot of you, I've been talking with a lot of you, you're scared to build, you're scared to, message people, all that. But same with trading. The more you do it, the easier it gets, the more money you make, right? So you don't want to get attached to the outcome. What you want to get attached to is growing as a person. Bob Proctor says, if you work on your job, you can make a living. But if you work on yourself, you can make a fortune. The most successful people I know, every day they work on themselves. Every day they try to get better. Every day they push themselves. Right? So the people who are winning, the people you are seeing, tripling their income, they doubled down on themselves. They looked in the mirror and said, hey, I'm sick of being overweight. I'm sick of being broke. I'm sick of being where I am in life. I have to do something different. It's not, well, I'll think about it. maybe tomorrow. No, I have to do this. There is no other option. I don't make success an option. It is my duty, it is my priority, especially as a man, right? And I can get deep on it, like for the men on this call, right? I get it. We have bad days. Everybody has bad days. It doesn't matter if you're a billionaire or not. It doesn't matter if you got handed billions of dollars. Everybody in the world is going to have a bad day, right? We all feel pain. We all feel, sad sometimes, right? But that doesn't mean you stop working. If anything, that should make you want to work more. When I feel pain, I want to work more. When I feel upset, I want to work more. I want to impact more lives because it's like I'm feeling this, but I don't want other people to feel it. I want people to feel better about themselves, right? I want to make an impact in the world, right? Yeah, different gravy. Love that saying. But guys, like in its mindset, and Tippa was talking about it. Like I talked to a lot of people on my team, and they're going through stuff, learning curves. Some of you have blown your account, right? We've all done it. It's okay. It happens, but it's how you bounce back. It's how you bounce back from it. Now, if you fail or something happens in life and you just sit back and you're like, yeah, I'm not gonna do anything about it, then how can you be upset that you're not getting anywhere? But if you fail and you learn, that is how you get better, right? Every time you have a setback, that should make you bounce back even more, right? That should motivate you even more. That should make you disciplined even more, right? That should help you build as a better person. Okay? So with that being said, a lot of you may be speaking certain things into existence, right? I read another quote, or I think I was listening to a podcast, and he's like, he was saying, depressed people say they're depressed. Broke people say I'm broke, right? Because they're speaking that into existence. When you say I'm broke, you're literally inviting that into your life to stay. And then people are like, why am I always broke? Well, you literally just spoke to the universe and said, I'm broke. So the universe said, hey, you're broke, buddy. Good luck. You literally dug yourself into your own hole. Instead of saying, I'm rich, I'm prosperous, I'm a great leader, I'm a great trader, I can do this, I can impact people, I can make a difference. What are you telling yourself inside of your mind? Because this is a computer. This is a supercomputer. And how you program it is how it's going to react in your daily life. So if you program your mind to be broke, it is going to stay broke. If you program your mind to be prosperous and to be a good person and to make money and help people and serve people, then that's what you're going to do with your life. But it all starts with you, right? And I posted this in the chat the other day. And I pretty much said it's all on you. Like it's not anybody else's job to make you successful, right? We have great Josh and Jay, best mentors I've ever had, right? Marissa, one of the best business partners I've ever had. Okay. I got Chase on this call. He's like my little brother. Like me and him are so tight. We talk to each other every day. We're crushing this thing together right now. Right? So we built a family. We built a family, and we're going to go out and impact millions of lives, but it all starts with you. I can't do the work for you. I can teach you everything. I can show you everything, but I can't do the work for you. That is your decision. So when you wake up in the morning and you're like, well, it's my parents' fault I'm not successful, or it's this, or it's the economy, it's that. Guys, I honestly, I know who I'm voting for, but when it comes to politics, it doesn't matter who becomes president because I'm still going to win. I'm always going to win because all I do is win. And when you have that mindset, then all you do is win. And people are, well, how did you put 40, 50 personals in a month? Because I win. Because I chose to win. That's what I chose to do. I didn't choose to make excuses. I didn't choose to feel sorry for myself. I didn't choose to be like, oh, well, you know, that person is killing it and I'm not, so poor me. No, it's a good thing. If you guys went all past me right now and hit 50K a month, dude, I would be so happy for you. I wouldn't be like, whoa, yeah, man, they're so much better than me. No, I would be happy. I would be grateful for you, right? And so that's the mindset, you know, that's the mindset I have, and that's the mindset you need to have, right? Let's see. I thought of the candidates as trying to restrict. Yeah, there is stuff about that, right? I'm not gonna get into politics in this call, but yes, there are certain candidates that will restrict crypto and higher the tax rate on it. Okay, but we won't get into that. But I want you guys to start building yourself up and not tearing yourself down and not getting so attached, right? And guys, if you really want to kill it, right? Because a lot of you want to kill it, okay? So my goal for you guys is you need to put 100 people in group chats this month with the person that got you started. 100 group chats. You're like, well, I can't do that. Well, that's just an excuse. Figure it out. I'm sorry. But I did it. Marissa did it. Tippa's done it. Josh has done it. Jay has done it. Chase has done it. So many people on this call have done it. So if they can do it, you can do it. I am not special. I'm a blue collar dude. Right? I grew up in a farmhouse, damn near dirt floors, barely had heat in the winter. Like I'm not special. I just outwork everyone. That's all it is. And I bring people up. I lift them up. Like when my team's having a bad day, I'm like, hey, bro, it's all good. I feel you. I understand. Let's go crush it. Let's go crush it. You know how you feel better about yourself? You crush the business, baby. You get some M's in the bank account. That's how you feel better. How are you going to cry when you're on a private jet? How are you going to cry when you're in a Ferrari, bro? I mean, you might be crying, but you're going to be going fast. You'll be like, yeah, you know, you'll be living the life, right? And I'm not saying you're not going to have bad days, guys. Yeah, rather cry to rolls. I love that. I'm saying, you know, then you can just hire someone, you know, after you cry all over it to detail it because you don't want to deal with it because you're rich. You know, like you're gonna be like, yeah, I need this detail. Nah, I was crying, my bad. But I gotta go catch a jet. You know, I got an event to do. You feel me? But I'm gonna let Tippa get on here. But I mean, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are crushing it. But I'm saying 100 group chats. Go build the business. Like Tippa said, two $20 bills on the ground. We're picking them up. We're picking both of them up, baby. Right? Let's go change some lives. Let's go impact the world. Okay? All right, I love y'all. Tippa, you're gonna crush it. I love you, bro. I appreciate you. This dude's an animal. This dude's a beast. So take what he says and take notes. All right? I love y'all.
Hey, there we go. Let's fucking go. My bad for the language, guys. Brandon just got me hyped up. I don't know about you guys, but Brandon touched on a lot of amazing things. And by the way, love you, bro. Absolute animal, right? Every single time that he talks, he speaks on these calls, guys, I always gain something, right? This man is the definition of an energy source, all right? He's someone who will energize an entire organization of people to go hit their goals, right? Even though they have their own whys and all that kind of stuff, right? He's more excited for them to reach their goals than they are excited for their own goals. And that's the craziest concept, right? So I want to reiterate some of the things that he talked about, okay? He talked about, posture for one, right? He talked a lot about mindset. Mindset, it's like 80, 90% of this, okay, guys? Because the biggest reason why people aren't successful in certain things, right, in certain ventures, right, is because they don't learn the right skills, okay? The thing about skills, though, it takes time to learn and refine, okay? And if you don't have the proper mindset, and if you're not doing the proper personal development to expand your mind, to shift your perspective, to have a positive outlook on things, you're not going to last long enough to learn the proper skills, right? To a certain level that will correlate with how much success that you want to have in that venture. Does that make sense? Right? Drop some ones in the chat if that makes sense, guys. I'm going to get into some cool stuff. Hopefully the internet doesn't go out. Cool. All right. So with posture, okay, with posture, you need to understand that this opportunity is absolutely amazing, okay? And a lot of people, right? They're not going to see what you guys are seeing, right? What we're seeing in this opportunity. And that's totally okay, right? Now, there's one thing about people not being able to see the opportunity, right? Just because their mindset isn't there. They're not in the stage of their life where they're looking for these kinds of things, right? They haven't had the right catalysts to be searching for more in their life, right? More for their family. In a vehicle, right, that can actually support that kind of lifestyle that can live. People will be compromising, right, throughout their life. First they'll want to be quadrillionaires, right, growing up, and then boom, they'll settle for, okay, I can have a few millions, right? Then they'll go to college. Okay, they're like, all right, cool. Well, I'm cool with $100,000, and then they'll get out of college or they'll be almost done with college and they're like, okay, well, I just want to make sure my bills paid. I want to get my student debt paid, maybe have a family. Okay. You're going to keep compromising. And these types of people, they might not see the opportunity like we see it, right? So that's one thing. Okay. Now, the other thing is that we also have the ability, right, to influence others, to be the catalyst for them to shift their perspective on how to see this. Okay. Now, this requires skill. All right. When we're talking about sales, okay, oftentimes people get caught up in the old and societal definition of sales, right? Just trying to get someone to buy something. Okay. The way I see sales, guys, is your ability, right, to lead someone, right, to the resources or solutions that will benefit their life. Okay. Now, how good are you at influencing others to see that they want or need these kind of solutions? Okay. Now, we'll get into that, right? I was talking earlier about, okay, if you don't have results, right, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be sharing this opportunity. Okay. So we'll get into a concept that I like to call an edification triangle. All right. I'm going to pull up this graphic real quick. One second, guys. Uh-oh. Let's do this. Right. I got you. All right. Boom. There we go. Okay, guys. Can everyone see my screen? Little thumb up. Boom. Okay, cool. So this is the edification triangle. All right, guys. Now, just like how every single person on this call in this room saw this opportunity in a professional manner, right? You saw a professional presentation, whether it was a video, whether it was an in-person event, whether it was a Zoom call with someone that knew how to present the information, right? Everyone got a professional presentation on what this opportunity is and how it works, okay? So now when you're talking to other people, instead of you blabbing about all these kinds of things that you don't really know much about, right? Or, like you said, you don't have the results in this example, you might say certain information that's not even true. Okay. And that's not what we want to do, guys. There's no need to overinflate this opportunity, right? There's no need to abstract or twist this opportunity in a way where it'll make sense for them. Okay. The opportunity is just as great as it is, right? Now, just like how you saw a professional presentation, don't you feel like the people that you're talking to deserve the same kind of process, right? You're not going to have to explain all these kinds of things right away. All you need to do is invite them, right? Get them connected to someone that can share the information in the proper order, right? Because the fact of the matter is, guys, people tend to fear what they don't understand, right? And just like a lot of us in this call, this was completely like a foreign language and didn't make any sense when we first got started. Okay. So you have to remember that the people that you're talking to are coming from the same place and they need the same kind of process in order to conceptualize everything that's going on, right? So, and that's your duty as someone that's sharing the information, right? That's your responsibility. So when you're getting started, right, you just get them connected with someone that can share the information correctly. And this is the edification triangle, right? Throw them in a group chat. Okay. If you're talking to someone and they told you that they're looking for an opportunity, they want better for their life, right? They want to make money online, right? They want to learn how to trade and invest. Okay. You just boom, don't even ask them. Just get them, throw them in a group chat with me, the leaders that are speaking on this call, right? Someone that can actually explain the information in the right way, and you know who those people are. So you just throw them in a group chat, and then, right? So this is you, right? You have the trust between you and the person that you're talking to, right? This is your prospect, and you get them connected to an expert. Okay. So you have that trust via your relationship with their person that you're getting connected. And then you have to edify them, right? Highlight some of the reasons why they should be listening to this individual. Okay. You have to also cater to what kind of things that they're interested in, right? So if they're interested in like traveling, right, having fun, having lifestyle kind of things, right? You want to explain maybe, okay, this individual that I got you connected with, right? They've traveled to like 20 plus countries. And they're going to like Dubai next month, and they help a lot of people online, okay? Or make money online. Now, your person, your prospect, right, will listen to them more likely, right? They'll show up, right, more likely to the call that you guys get situated, right? So, and another example is if they're a lot more money motivated, okay, you can be like, well, this person has made multiple six figures and they've helped, other people make money online as well, right? They've had a lot of success, so there's lots of ways to edify, right? So cater to what your prospect will be a lot more inclined, to listen to, right? So that's the edification triangle. Okay. And this right here is just a small portion of it, right? When you're first getting started, Brandon was talking about group chats, right? Throw your people into group chats. Okay. There's no reason why you should have to explain the information. When you're hopping on these calls with, the three-way calls with you and the expert, you expert and the prospect, learn from the expert on how they go about explaining the information, right? To get to that next level in this business. Okay. So now my goal is for you guys to be completely independent from me. Okay. In this example, I'm the expert, right? I can explain the information, right? So my goal being that I want you guys to be completely independent, right? That means I want you guys to eventually be the experts. Okay. I want you guys to be able to fend for yourself. And when you're talking to people, take them through a process where they will feel understood, right? They will feel a genuine energy in from you that it's like, okay, this guy's trying to help me. This girl's trying to help me, right? And that way you can cultivate a lot more meaningful relationships, which means so much more in the long term than just getting a quick sale. Okay. Instead of you burning bridges by you being out there hunting, right? I want to teach you guys how to become farmers, right? And in this industry, you want to be in a more farmer mindset and cultivate relationships with people, especially if you haven't been, in touch with a lot of people in a while, right? Which will ultimately give you the mo or will have the most amount of positive influence on your network, right? To where you can cultivate a meaningful and, sizable organization. Okay, so with that, remember, right? The first skill that you need to learn is inviting. Okay. What I want to break down is different things that you can be inviting people to, right? And how to operate within those environments. So, what I'm going to be explaining is a sales cycle versus a sales process. Okay. And then also commitment objectives. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about just from using that terminology, please take notes, guys, because this will absolutely change the whole dynamic of your organization. All right. So I'll start with the commitment objective, right? When you're having interactions with people, okay, whether you're just meeting them for the first time, whether you're hopping on a call with them, breaking down the presentation, okay, you need to go in with a commitment objective in mind. What does that mean? That means, what are you looking to get them to commit to? Okay. It's not what you want to know about them, right? It's about what is the commitment that you're trying to get from them to get them to the next stage in the cycle. Okay. Let's see if I can just start writing some stuff down.
It's important that we're taking notes.
Very important. Okay, guys. So commitment objective, right? Where can you lead them? What are you trying to get them to commit to, right? It moves the sale forward. Okay, guys. So breaking this down, you need to understand what the different stages in the sales cycle is. All right, right? So this isn't as organized as I'd like it, but we're gonna keep moving. So when you first talk to someone, okay, that's what I call the initial contact, right? You have the initial contact with someone. Does that mean that you're going to get them to get their card out and start their membership with the Kosh X? No, you need a lot more information about them, okay? When some of the biggest mistakes that people make, right, is explaining too much information, right? If you're the one talking a lot more than the person that, you're connecting with, okay, you're messing up right away from square one. How can you learn more about them if you're just spewing out information? When people want to make buying decisions, right? What you need to understand is that people want to buy, but they only want to buy with things that make sense for them. Okay, so they will only buy from someone if they feel understood about their situation, or if they just see the product and service and they feel like it's the right fit for them. Oftentimes though, it'll be you presenting the information to them, so you need to help them feel a lot more understood. Okay, so from your initial interaction, you want to get them to commit to, what do you guys think? Do you guys want to get them to commit to a presentation? Oftentimes, no, right? If you're just meeting them for the first time, right, you want to get them to commit to hopping on a discovery call, having a discovery meeting, right? What does that mean? So let's say I'm meeting someone in person for the first time. I get their contact information, right? And there's a lot of ways you can go about that. Maybe I don't mention anything about the business. Okay. That's not a bad thing at all. You don't need to have that. So maybe you just have that first impression where you guys, vibe, right? You guys are operating at a similar frequency, and you find some commonalities. Maybe now I'm like, we should go get some coffee sometime. Okay. Maybe I'm like, oh, we should go play some basketball sometime. We should go get some food sometime. Right. So this next interaction, right, is a discovery call. Okay. A discovery call. And I want to learn a lot more information about them. Now, am I from here looking to get their credit card and have them close and purchase a membership with the Kosh X? No. Okay. No. So what I'm going to be doing is, hopefully I can get them to commit to another presentation, right? This entails, right? When I'm talking to someone, there's a acronym I like to use called FORWARD. Okay, these are just guidelines for you to be able to have a personal relationship with someone and get to understand their situation a lot better. Okay, FORWARD stands for family, occupation, recreation, and dreams. So I'm kind of giving you guys an outline of this right now. I get into a lot more in-depth concepts with these concepts that I'm talking about. And if you want some more information, just hit me up on Telegram, my number, Instagram, and I'll share those resources with you. Okay. So now forward, you're asking them, right, about their family, about their work, right, occupation, about what they like to do for fun, right, and then about their dreams. Okay. So when you're asking them these kinds of things, okay, if they have kids, right, people love talking about their kids. You know, you'll have some genuine interest in them, right? What are they most likely to do? They'll ask you about yourself. Okay, now you're not just pitching them an idea about trading and investing, all these kinds of things. Okay, and guys, keep in mind, this is like if you don't have people that are ready to kind of get started with this or ready to be presenting, you know, these are the kind of sales cycles that you want to take them through. Okay, to cultivate those meaningful relationships. Now, they'll ask you about what you do. Okay, and because you show genuine interest in their situation, in their life, even if they don't have any interest in what you have going on with trading, investing, business, travel, whatever it is, okay? And you can cater to what their interests are because you're getting a lot of this information. You know, sometimes you might not talk about trading, and I'll just be like, hey, if you want travel discounts, you know, I got you. Okay. These are the kind of ways that you can go about catering to their situation. Now, because of the way that you went about this interaction, right? You guys have cultivated a more meaningful relationship, right? You guys are not just acquaintances anymore. Even though they might not have any interest, okay? Maybe you just ask them, "Hey, do you mind, like, would you support my business if I had one?" Right? If I had a business, would you support it? Right? I'm not asking for money or anything like that from you. Like, would you just support me? You know, oftentimes, right? Your friends, family members, whoever it is that you're scared to talk to, okay? You can just approach them with that kind of phrasing. And your goal isn't to get a sale from them, right? Your goal is for them to get you connected with people that they know who are ambitious, entrepreneurial, money driven, right? Want to make money online, want to learn how to trade and invest, right? And they oftentimes they'll at least have one person that they know who's like that. And if they don't, then you know their network is not as valuable as maybe that you would hope that your loved ones network would be, which is okay, right? So now you have all this pressure released from you about getting this sale, okay? You're cultivating meaningful relationships, right? You're getting support from your friends and family members who are the people that should be supporting your business, right? This is a multi-million dollar business if you want it to be, okay? So why wouldn't they support it? So now they're getting you connected with people that also or that have a higher probability of doing this, right? Or maybe they have a higher probability of getting you connected with someone that is even more likely to do this. Okay, so that's what I like to call doorways. All right, not every single person that you talk to is going to even be interested in this business, right? They a lot of people that you don't know. So that's how you want to treat this business. You go about it in a genuine way, people, educate people, you're more likely to be able to have success in this business. So now the discovery call, hopefully we get to a presentation. All right. Now, after we get to the presentation, can someone put it in the chat? Or can someone yell it out here? After I give a presentation, what's my commitment objective? To close. Okay. Now I'm looking to close, right? Hopefully I am going to close, right? Going to close, going to launch a new team. Best case scenario. Now, if they don't want to get started, guys, there's a few things you want to keep in mind. Okay. Maybe it's not the right time to buy for them, right? You want to understand their situation. By this point, typically, I'll know what kind of budget they have. I'll know what kind of time commitments they have. I know what they'll do what they're doing for work. I know what their family situation is, right? So I can better help them find a solution that makes sense. You know, maybe it's not the right time because they don't have money. So now you can come up with a game plan to get started with this when they get their next check or when it would be feasible for them to get started, with a certain financial situation. Okay. Now, another thing is back to what it talks about with the discovery call. Okay. Now, after you try to close and they're like, this isn't the kind of the opportunity that I'm looking for, but since you cultivated this relationship, you're like, hey, do you know anybody else that would want to do it? Like, that's okay if you don't want to do it, right? Now you have another doorway opportunity. Okay. Another thing is that some people aren't able to conceptualize how big this opportunity is and how much it could change their life. Okay. And that's totally normal. So, guys, don't give up on someone after just the first time you present them the information. Okay. Maybe it was just a Zoom call that you did it, right? And they're also in the local area. So maybe next time you get them to an in-person event so they can actually meet some other people. Okay. The average person needs like 4 to 7 exposures. Okay. They need 4 to 7 exposures to really conceptualize what this opportunity could do for their life, or just to get to the point where they can understand like what it even is. Okay. And this is completely natural. So, guys, the fortune is in the follow-up. All right. If you have cultivated this relationship, right, you want to have a system to be able to hit them back up, be like, hey, how you doing? What's your situation like? Oh, there's an opportunity to come to this in-person event. You should come through. Don't worry, I'll take care of your ticket. Just come meet some people. Don't worry about, getting started or anything like that. Okay, there's lots of ways to go about it from there. But guys, just going through this process that I've laid out right here, does that seem kind of simple enough? Yeah, does that seem simple enough? Give me some thumbs up, give me some ones in the chat. Guys, it can be so, so simple. Okay. Don't stress yourself out about not, knowing the information. Okay. Just focus on building meaningful relationships, right? Coming with the intention of educating, of helping others, right? And then the opportunities will come to you. Okay. Go out there and build those meaningful relationships. Go out there and talk to people. A lot of people don't even talk to people anymore in person. Okay. Why not? Go talk to them. You never know who you might be talking to, right? It's the most beautiful, beautiful thing. Now, with this, um, that's kind of like my time. I want to get into my sales process and stuff more as well, but I won't hold this up much longer. If you guys want some more resources, this is my number right here. If you want to talk about it, guys, this is something that, I've for myself, and I've seen incredible results from it. I've helped others learn this process, and it's it's something that really works. Okay. It's something that really works. And there's a lot of ways to go about building this business. Okay. This is just focusing on how to do it while cultivating meaningful relationships. Okay. So with that, I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Tippa, I got my Instagram, I got my number in the chat. Reach out to me. I'm here to help. Okay. So now with the next person, I think Josh is going to go. Is that right? Josh Amundsen? Yeah, Josh, give me a little yes in the chat or something.
Yo, yeah. I thought you could see my screen.
So look, guys, one thing about Josh, if you don't know who he is, right? You better get familiar. Okay. So 4 years ago, right, I saw Josh on my Snapchat story. I always wanted to learn how to trade. And then it looked like he was doing amazing things, right? Helping a lot of people, doing about, it seemed like he was a great dude. So I swiped up, we hopped on a call, guys. And now 4 years later, it's been an incredible, incredible journey. From the beginning, I didn't really listen to him all the time, right? And that's kind of how it is, guys. Being coachable and teachable is super important. But I'm super, super blessed to have gotten connected with my man. I'm lucky that he's in, Maple Grove, Minnesota, just like 20 minutes away. So we've grown really, really close. We started off as mentor and mentee, and now I'm happy to call him my friend and my brother, right? He's also helped thousands and thousands of people all over the world achieve their goals and, get to certain levels of, income, mindset, whatever it is. And so, really, really privileged to be on these calls, guys. I'm privileged to share my information that has helped me and has helped a lot of other people. Okay. So take some notes, right? Everything's great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time having everyone on this call. So yeah, Josh, take it away, man. Drop some ones in the chat for my boy Josh Amundsen.
Awesome, bro. Nah, guys, I'd say drop some twos in the chat for Tippa, though. Let's go, man. So proud of you. Let's go, Jaden. Come on, let's get fired up. We got to do some sound effects. That's how we get it going. Yeah, but guys, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who spoke on this call. He said bro is streamer. Obviously Marissa, Jay, Brandon, Tippa, super proud of you guys. Jay's my business partner, but Marissa, Brandon, and Tippa, guys, so proud of you for just working your tail off and hitting the rank of 10K inside this company, guys. That's over $30,000 a year just extra in your pocket on top of trading, on top of any other businesses and side hustles that you guys have. An extra 30, I believe it's almost $35,000, guys. They've been able to cultivate and build an organization with 100 people inside of it. And it's not because they went out and made 100 sales. That's not what happened. It's because they're able to help people become successful in the business, and they stay in the business, and they're able to obviously reach the goals that they have set. So it's a huge accomplishment. Guys, the average person in this business, does anyone know, or not our company, but the average person inside of network marketing, does anybody know how much the average person makes a year? Someone drop in the chat. Does anyone know how much the average person makes per year? Keep going. Anybody else got guesses? The average person in this industry makes $2,000 a year. $2,000 a year is what the average person makes inside this business, ladies and gentlemen. Not our company, right? People are crushing it, but in this industry, the average person makes $2,000 a year. Guys, they're making pretty much 17 times more than the average person around the world. 17 times more, literally right from their cell phone. So I just want to give you guys a huge shout out. You guys were going crazy at the end of the month. Tons of people getting yearly packages, saving them money, helping them get access to funded accounts. It's absolutely insane. So proud of you guys. This month is 25K rank, right? And there's a lot of people on this call that are going to hit 1K, that are going to hit 5K, that are going to hit 10K. Tons of people going to hit 25, 50 over the next, 90 days. It's so cool to see. So huge shout out to you, obviously Marissa, Brandon, and Tippa for crushing it like crazy, and a lot of other people on this call that are absolutely dominating it. Everyone's on a different chapter. Everyone starts at a different moment in time. Guys, when I got started in this business, I already had leadership training experience. I already had it. I already had event planning experience. I already had public speaking experience. I already had, leading organizations experience. I had a full, degree. Guys, I had knowledge about how to run an organization, how to build it, how to help people, right? So everyone's starting at a different point. Some people are getting started in this business and they don't have any of that experience. They've never had a leadership role or position. They've never done public speaking. They've never traded or invested before. I've been trading for 9 years now, right? And so just my best advice is don't compare your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 22. Okay? Do not compare yourself. Comparison's the thief of joy, right? It's you versus you. This is your business. You run your own business here. Everyone that is sitting at Tippa's house, everyone that's on the Zoom call, everyone that's in the company running their own business. Okay. It's, you don't work for anyone. No one's your boss. So don't worry about what other people are accomplishing. The reason we're all doing this, ladies and gentlemen, is because you get to determine what you're worth. You get to decide what your pay is. Your value that you bring to the marketplace equals how much money you're going to make on a monthly basis. Okay. So if you're not making a lot of money, it's two things. One, you're either not bringing enough value to the marketplace and we got to step it up. And that's okay. Or two, you're brand new. If you're brand new, I'll cut you some slack, right? But, our goal here, ladies and gentlemen, is to become professionals in this business. It is to become professionals so we can make a lot of money and help impact a lot of lives. That's what the goal is. Okay. Everyone that's listening right now. Right. So I just wanted to, like I said, give a huge shout out to everyone. So what I want to talk about real quick, guys, I know it's 12:50. We've learned a lot of valuable information on this call, man. I mean, we went over mindset training, sales training, obviously, chart training. Some of the best traders on the team were doing chart training in the beginning. We've learned a lot of cool information on this call. I just want to kind of talk about some overhead, things that I'm trying to shape your mind to think correctly in the right order of how this business works. Okay. And I've had to remind myself of this and hear it a million times. a ton of times. I've been doing this business full time for 7 years. 7 years. That's 2,500 days roughly. 2,500 days. I'm approaching 3,000 days that I've been doing this business, right? I've been trading for 9 years, so it's even longer. And so I'm going to help try to, allow you to skip steps so you don't have to learn the hard things that me and Jay had to learn and other leaders on this call, right? That's having a coach and a mentor is like a cheat code. You're able to, time travel compared to what we were able to do. You're able to achieve things so much faster, but it all starts with having a notebook out and writing down the information that all these leaders have been going over. That's where it starts. Guys, I put this on a call the other day. I take notes serious. Okay. I have meetings on meetings and calls and calls and calls over the years, right? If you want to win and you want to make a lot of money, you have to write this information down. And the reason is because I've said this on previous calls, but if you're not remembering what it is that you're learning today, how are you going to teach the people who are coming in tomorrow? Okay. You'll forget 95% of it, of what you hear on every single call if you don't write it down. Okay. Putting a pen to paper solidifies it inside of your brain 90% better than just trying to remember it. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. Listen, obviously you hopefully got some good expectations and you understand that trading is going to take time in this business. It's going to take time to learn this skill. You're coming in. Some of you have never traded or have any financial literacy or experience ever. Right. And that's okay. That's the whole point of why our company was made. And we solved that problem. But you got to understand it's going to take time to, undo things and then start to, create new things for you to actually win in this business. Okay. It's going to take time for you to become the person you want to be to make that money. Right. And so we have our own economy here. We have our own economy. It doesn't matter. I heard some of the people talking about, the election and stuff like that. It doesn't matter, guys. In the end of the day, who gets elected, what really matters in terms of you, it matters that you take your career and your goals serious. Okay. This is our own economy in this business. You decide how much money you're going to make. You decide how much money you're going to help your family with. You decide how much money you're going to invest. You decide everything. You get to decide in this business, but it all starts with understanding how it works. And it starts with working hard. Okay. And so the 4 pillars of life are, and you should write this down because this is what you should try to master in your life, right? Health, wealth, love, and happiness. Those are the 4 pillars: health, wealth, love, happiness. I'm qualified to teach you on the wealth category. I'm not qualified to teach you on the health category or the love or, the happiness, right? I've been teaching about wealth and financial education and how to be a business owner and a leader for almost a decade, right? And I've had lots of success in this business. I'm very grateful for it. So the wealth category is what we're going to focus on, okay? This business, I can teach you about this business, okay? So the most important thing, if you want to, obviously, guys, like I said, trading is going to take time. If you want to go out there and get paid every Thursday, it's insane. If you guys saw in the One Mission Telegram chat, one of the leaders in there dropped their monthly paycheck $57,000. $57,000 in 30 days. There's nothing special about those leaders. I know who they are. They don't have some magic sauce or anything like that. They just learn how the business works and they work it every day. And that's it. And then it compounds and it compounds and it compounds. And so the most important thing, if you do want to get to a part-time income of residual income, getting paid, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month. I think everyone here should minimum be after $10,000 a month. Why not? Why not? You're only on the planet once, at least go after 10,000 a month, right? That's the 50K rank inside this business. That pays you an average of $12,000 every single month. $12,000 a month to be the 50K rank, right? And so the most important thing in this business, if you're going to do that and you want to make some big money, is obviously, like Tippa was saying and other people on the call, you got to learn how to invite people. You got to learn how to invite people to check out what we're doing, and I like to do it in an informal way. I'm not going to teach you my inviting process right now. We're going to get into a lot of stuff this Tuesday, but it's inviting. It's your ability to have someone that you meet in person or online want to check out what we're doing and then make some money with us. That's it. Guys, it's cool to have someone join and you make $40. Awesome. That's cool. It's a business partner relationship. When I'm talking to people, I'm literally prospecting people like, who do I want to work with? Because when you getting someone started is the easy part, working with someone and building something beautiful together is the hard part, right? And so inviting is important, yes. And you guys know our onboarding system, right? Everyone should know the onboarding system. I'm going to put it in the chat real quick if you don't know what it is. It's the link tree. It's the link tree slash launch your business. Okay. I just put it in the chat. I'm going to make it a actual link so you guys can click on it or copy it real quick. That link right there, every single person who joins the business should go through that link tree and complete it fully. Okay. Because then you're giving everyone a fair opportunity on hearing the correct information so they can actually win. Right. So inviting people in the link tree. But now I'm going to get into some real sauce. Okay. I think the most important thing for having a long-term, healthy, and successful business is giving your new person, well, obviously, it's setting them up correctly. Okay. So I want you guys to write this down. The most important things for your new people, all right, is setting them up correctly. Okay. Making sure they go through the entire link tree, making sure their folders are bookmarked. They have an Akashex folder on their computer with all the links, for the presentation, for the website, for everything, making sure they have a trading folder, right? This is all in that link tree, making sure they're set up for success. Okay. The more you can help someone get organized, guys, we have a shared Google Calendar with all of the most important events, right? The more you can help someone be set up and have success and know what's going on, the better and more likely they are to make a lot of money and be able to help their families, right? So it's your responsibility to make sure that your new people are set up correctly. Okay. Now, obviously, what you should do is have a leader in the business show you how to do that. I don't expect you to know how to do it right off the bat, but you should ask for a leader when you get someone signed up. Hey, can you get on a call and help me set this person up? Okay. Now, so setting them up for success is getting them ready to go. This is the second thing. It's giving them proper expectations. Okay. Some people in this business, guys, the first month we came in was in August, right? It was a fabulous month, unreal. Some of the people who came in are some of the leaders that hit ranks though, some of them lost 50 to 75% of their business. And sometimes that's out of your control, but most of the time it's because all the people that came into their business were not given proper expectations. Okay. They were not given proper expectations. So what I'm trying to tell you is when you set someone up in the business, they have to be given proper expectations so they don't just quit in 30 days. That's so important, right? If I wasn't given proper expectations by Joey Wilson and Matthew Thayer, guys, they're the top earners on our team. We're on their team. They're the top earners in the One Mission chat. They're the 250K rank. They gave me and Jay proper expectations, right? And I'm going to talk about proper expectations on the Tuesday call. Me and Jay are going to do a call, guys, and we're going to go into literally what is the order of everything. Okay. But proper expectations give people a realistic time frame on how long it's going to be able, or how long it's going to take to have success. If you're someone that's like telling your prospects, like, dude, you can get rich in 30 days, you can make a ton of money, you're going to crush it right away. It's guaranteed income, right? If you're saying those things to your prospects, you're over promising and you're going to end up under delivering, and then they're going to quit. And then you're going to have to rebuild and rebuild and rebuild and rebuild. So what you should do is give under expectations, right? Under promise, and then over deliver after they get started. They're going to be impressed, right? Give them proper expectations. And the reason why, guys, is because you want to have a high retention in your business. Okay. You get paid based off of how large of an organization you can handle. Okay. If you want to have a large organization, you want to be able to make a lot of money, right? Every single month, you can make 10, 50, 100,000. You can make 500,000 a month. You can make $1 million a month, right? There's no limit on your income here in the business side. Same with trading. That's what's cool. But you have to have high retention. And the way that you have high retention is by giving them proper expectations. Okay. They need to be given a realistic time frame so they don't just quit in 30 days, right? Now, the next thing, which I'm not going to go over on this call, but once they are set up fully, you got a new person started, you set them up with their products and services, They, they gone through the link tree. Their demo account is created. They got their prop firm account. Their demo account's connected to the Akashics app. It's connected to TradeLocker. They know where everything is. They're connected to our Google Calendar, so they obviously know when the calls are. So they're set up. Then you give them expectations. So now they're not going to quit in 30 days, right? They actually have a real shot at winning. Okay. That's important, right? If I didn't have that, I wouldn't have had the success I had. But once they're set up and they have expectations, you got to teach them the 48-hour rule. Okay. And I'm not going to explain that rule on this call, right? Because I have some other stuff I want to talk about. But the 48-hour rule is the most important thing in this business if you want to get people to duplicate, if you want to get people to take action right away, if you want to, be able to scale and grow a large organization way faster than you would normally, right? And then the last thing would be organization. Okay. Organization. Okay. Expectations give you good retention. 48-hour rule gives you duplication and massive action. Okay. 48-hour rules, duplication, massive action, and organization gives you long-term success. Okay. So hopefully you guys have that written down so far. I want to tell you about the 80-20 rule. Okay. The 80-20 rule. Remember, I'm going to go into big detail with Jay on Tuesday. We have a leadership call every single Tuesday at 7 p.m. I'm going to tell you guys what that 48-hour rule is. I can help you scale your business to 30, 40, 50 people at the speed of light if you can master that information we're going to go over on Tuesday. Okay. The 80-20 rule. All right. 80% of people inside of My Daily Choice, inside of Akashics, 80% of them are going to build 20% of the company. Okay. So out of all the people who are joining, 80% of the people are, 20% of the people who are joining the company is from 80% of the people. So 80% of the people build 20% of the company. 20% of the people build 80% of the company. Okay. I'm going to say that one more time. 80% of people that are in the company build 20% of it. And then 20% of people who are in the company build 80% of it. All right. Now let's talk about the 20%. Okay. The 20% is most of the people on this call. We're trying to all go full-time or part-time. We're trying to make it work. That's why you showed up today. Guys, there's hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people that are in the business, but guess what? Not everyone's built like this. Not everyone shows up, and that's why they don't win at a high level. I always showed up with Jay. All the other leaders always show up, and that's why they're winning. Always show up, right? But 20% of people that build 80% of the company, 15% of that 20, so the 15 out of the 20 is going to be part-time income earners. And then 5% is going to be full-time income earners. Okay, so out of the 20%, 15 of it is part-time income earners. 5% of it is full-time income earners. Okay. Now, the reason why I'm explaining this is so you know what the 80-20 rule is. I want you to be able, when you're building an organization and people are coming in, to know, is this person an 80% or are they a 20%? If they're a 20% and they want to go build this business and go hard, are they a 15% part-timer or are they a 5% they're going full-time? Right? So for the 80% of people in the business, okay, really pay attention to this, right? This is taught from the Eric Worre audio, okay? 80% of the people in the business that build 20%, what do they use to share the information with people? They use the every single day, 9 p.m. Central Time presentation that our team does every single night. Okay. That's what they use. And they also use a YouTube recorded version of that presentation. So 80% of the people in the business are sending the recorded YouTube video out to people to watch, right? They're putting people on the 9 p.m. Central Time call. Okay. That's what 80% of people are doing. Now, don't get me wrong. You can sign people up from doing that. You can have new customers join your business. You can have people be like, this is awesome. I want to join. It works. Don't get me wrong. Right. But that's what the 80% use to just have, one person join, two people join, maybe just to get their free account. You could totally do it with a free account, maybe even get to the rank 1K, right? You're making an extra $6,000 a year. But for the 20%, that are going to make a ton of money in this business, you know what they do? They do their own presentation. Okay. The 20% of people that get to a part-time to full-time income, they do their own presentation. Okay. And the reason why is because it has a way higher success rate. Do you think people trust, a random person on a YouTube video or a Zoom call that you put them on, even if you edify them? Or do you think they trust you more to share the information with them? Right? If you're brand new, like Tippa was saying, you don't need to master this presentation. I'm not saying all you guys need to do the presentation. That's not what I'm saying, right? 80% of people in the company use the YouTube recorded video. 80% of people put people on the 9 p.m. Central Time presentation calls we do all the night or every night, right? But I'm talking to the people on this call that want to get to 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 50,000 a month, right? I'm talking to you. If you're that person, you're in the 20% category. Your goal is to learn how to do the presentation. Okay. And if you're someone on this call that wants to learn how to do it, because I heard this quote, you do not own your own business until you know how to do the presentation. Until you on this call know how to explain the information on a Zoom call professionally to a prospect, you don't technically own your own business. You're leveraging the YouTube video, you're leveraging the 9 p.m. call. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, 80% of people do that, but you're not going to ever get to a full-time income, in my opinion, doing that. You're not ever going to get to anything insane in the business just leveraging the YouTube video and using, the 9 p.m. call. 80% of people are still going to do that. And that's okay. But I'm talking to the people that want to win big. Okay. Because I wanted to win big. Guys, my goal when I first got started in this business, I was like, I think it was 90 days. I'm hitting 10,000 a month. It was in 2019, January. That's when I first got started. I was like 90 days, 10,000 a month. It took me 2 years and a month to get the 10,000 a month. So a little bit behind, right? But that's okay. If you have a goal in mind and you work hard and you do not give up and you're consistent every day, it'll happen. Maybe not when you thought it would, though. Okay. Everything eventually happens, but maybe not exactly when you thought it would. Okay. But like I said, guys, the 9 p.m. call in the YouTube video, that'll give you a free account and maybe some money. Okay. Some passive income. Okay. But if you want lots of money, you got to learn how to do the presentation. Okay. Now, what I want to explain real quick, and this is the last thing I'm going to go over on this call. All right. Hopefully this is making sense to you guys. The 80-20 rule, right? 80-20. I want you guys to understand the structure of this business, right? So I'm going to go over just something real quick. Okay. I want you to write this down. This is the process that you guys have been brought through and what you're still going through. You're going to be on one of these numbers, okay? But this is the order of operations for the business. You guys remember PEMDAS in math class, right? Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, add, subtract, right? This is the PEMDAS for this business, all right? So number one is you got invited to a presentation. Okay, I'm going to literally explain what happened to you on this call, everyone. You got invited to a presentation, okay? Number two is you signed up. You signed up, okay? However many times it took, you got started, and I give you props for that because this business is insane. I love it, right? It's allowed me to go to 20 different countries around the world, meet thousands of people, and make a good amount of money, right? And I'm super excited for you to accomplish all the goals that you have set because they're 100% attainable. So one, got invited to the presentation. That's what happened to you. Two, you signed up. Number three is you got enrolled and set up. Okay. You got enrolled into the business. You got set up, hopefully by whoever got you started. They set you up on your computer. They help you set up your products and services. They help you understand all that stuff, right? You got set up. Number three, enrolled/set up. Number four is you were given proper expectations. Okay. If you weren't given proper expectations, you're going to hear them on the Tuesday call at 7 p.m. Central Time. It's every single week, but we're going to show you what the proper expectations are. Okay. Number four, you were given proper expectations. Number five. Okay. Number five, and again, you might be on a different, some of you might still need to be enrolled and set up. You might be on a different number. Okay. Number five is you're taught how to invite people to check out the opportunity, taught how to invite. Okay. Number five is you are taught how to invite using the 48-hour rule. Okay. On number five, taught how to invite, put in parentheses 48-hour rule. Okay. Because that's what we're going to teach on Tuesday. If you don't know what it is the most crucial rule and critical rule that you can use to go fast in this business, right? So number five, taught how to invite, 48-hour rule in parentheses. Number seven is you learn how to do the presentation. Okay, so you're taught how to invite number 5 is you're taught how to invite. Number 6 is you're taught how to present the business. Okay, now keep in mind, if you're part of the 80% that you just want a free account, you just want a few people here and there, you can skip this step. You don't need to learn the presentation. Okay. Number 6 is how to present. You're taught how to present. And that is taught by the 1, 2, 3 method. Put that in parentheses. Okay. You got to know this stuff, because if you're going to go build a business, you're going to teach future generations what the order of this business is. Right. So number 6 is taught how to present, learn how to present using the 1, 2, 3 method. First time you get a prospect on the call, you have your mentor on it too. Your mentor does the whole presentation, shows you how to do it. You take notes on everything that your mentor is doing on that presentation to your prospect. 1, 2, 3 method 2 is you do the front half on the next prospect call. You do the front half of the presentation. Your mentor does the back half, and then you guys close the sale. The third part of the 1, 2, 3 method is the third one. Your third prospect, you do the whole presentation. Your mentor watches on the call, and then your mentor just shares their story. And then you close the sale. After that, you should be able to do your own presentation. After that, you should know how to do it. Okay. So number 6, learn how to do the presentation with the 1, 2, 3 method. Number 7. Okay. So 80%, if you're someone who just wants a free account, then you don't need to learn the presentation, right? But so you can skip step 6. Step 7 is learn how to enroll / set up new people. Learn how to set up someone's products and services. Learn how to enroll them and set them up for success. Okay, you got to set your person up for success within 48 hours. You got to get on a call with them and make sure they understand it, right? So number 7 is learn how to enroll / set up a new person. Okay. Number 8 is you learn how to give your new person, you're taught how to give your new person proper expectations. Okay. Usually your mentor will show you how to do that. And then the next person you get signed up, you try to give them proper expectations in front of your mentor. Okay. So number 8 is learn how to give expectations to your new person. Okay. Number 9 is teach the new person that you just got started how to invite using the 48-hour rule. Okay. Number 9 is teach the new person how to invite using the 48-hour rule. Okay. You guys can probably see where this is going. Number 10, teach your new person how to do the presentation. If they're a 20% person, if they want to go full-time, if they want to make part-time income, teach them how to do the presentation. You can skip step 10, or excuse me, you can skip step, where are we right now? You could skip step 9, or my bad, yeah, step 10. Sorry, I'm looking at the paper. You can skip step 10, teach a new person how to present if they're an 80%er. If they just want a free account, you don't got to teach them how to do the presentation. Okay. You only do step 10 if they're a 20%er. If they want to make residual income, if they want to get paid, right? If they want to get guaranteed money every single Thursday, right? You can do step 10 for them. Step 11, teach your new person how to teach proper expectations to their new person. Okay. Teach your new person how to teach proper expectations to their new person. And you got to also teach your new person, how to get enrolled and set up. Okay. So you guys can kind of see how it repeats. This is a rinse and repeat, right? You got started, you were taught how to invite, you learn how to present, you learn how to enroll people, and then you learn how to train your new person, how to invite, how to get set up, how to enroll people, and then how to train their people, guys. It's a constant rinse and repeat. Okay. So what we're going to do, guys, is on Tuesday, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to explain to you what this 48-hour rule is. Okay. Step 5, the 48-hour rule, in my opinion, is the most important part of this business in terms of if you want to go fast, if you want to have fast success, right? I think all of you could go hit a 6-figure level of income in a year or 2. They say it takes in this industry 3 to 5 years to get to a full-time income. It took me 2 years and 1 month, right? To get to 10,000 a month. Okay. It's different for everyone. Some people it's taken 9 years. Some people it's taken 6 months, right? Everyone's different, right? Don't compare your chapter 1 to someone's chapter 20. But this 48-hour rule, I've been on a call with some of the leaders on this call right now. I've been on a call recently this week going over this rule and how crucial it is. And it's unbelievable what it'll do to your business. If you can use this rule, every new person that gets started in your organization, whether they're, on someone on your team's team, like it doesn't matter, everyone, if they implement this rule, your business will explode. It will grow. It will go fast, right? But it's important when you have a lot of growth to also make sure everyone's getting set up with their products and services and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys are understanding, kind of the flow of this business, right? That's the PEMDAS, we just went over it. And there's a lot more to building this business. Me and Jay, and obviously Tippa and Marissa and Sydney and other people, they have a boot camp for building, right? And I've been hearing great things about it. So I'm super proud of them for obviously hosting it. Most people don't even have obviously the will, they don't have the motivation, they don't have, the drive to even host something like that. So, I give you guys a lot of props for doing that. Jay and I are going to be working on a affiliate training boot camp. Okay. Or not a boot camp. We're going to be working on an affiliate training for the link tree. Literally on the link tree, guys, there's going to be a third section. Right now, there's only 2, your goals and onboarding. We're going to work on an affiliate section where we're going to explain all the steps in this business, literally in order. And we're going to do a video for every single one of them. So I'm super excited, guys. This is the month of October. It's October 5th right now. Okay. Whoever obviously starts working hard now is going to end up getting, recognition and making a lot of money in the beginning of November. Right. It's the people who, they kind of slack off the whole month. They're like, oh, it's the beginning of October. I got time. Those people don't end up hitting another rank. They don't reach their next level. They don't end up, accomplishing another goal in their business, right? They end up hitting the same thing or less. So if you're someone on this call that wants to win, go hard now. Use the promo that we have, guys. A $10,000 free account for someone to join a funded account challenge for someone just to get started on $149 is unbelievable. That's unbelievable, right? And sometimes you got to rehear how important this promo really is. There's so many people in your network. If they could just conceptualize and understand what this promo actually can do for them, they would be throwing their card at you. They would be begging you to take their money, right? And so you got to understand how important this promo is. No company in the space has this. There's 0 companies in this industry offering that promo. I know every single company in the industry that has some sort of success, right? None of them are doing what this promo is doing for this company, right? It's unbelievable. And here's the thing. You don't ever know how long these promos are going to last. You don't know. You have no idea how long these promos are going to last. Me and Jay don't know. Nobody knows how long they're going to keep letting us do this promo. It's unbelievable. So, and also people who get started on a yearly package, they get $100,000 funded account challenge. If they're on the yearly Akashex and trade and travel package, Dream Trips, that one's the $2,000 package, they get a $200,000 funded account challenge, right? So regardless, take advantage of the promo, but you got to take action now if you want to have success in the first Thursday of October or of November. That's when the big checks come, guys. It's the first Thursday of every month. The big checks come, right? You guys saw so many people in the One Mission chat. $5,000 they made, $7,000 they made, $57,000 they made, $17,000 they made, $3,000 they made, $2,000 they made, $1,000 they made. This next first Thursday of November, all the big checks are coming again. For those of you on this call, if you can just decide, I'm going to decide right now to take massive action and I'm going to use all of the month of October to go win at a high level, you're going to get a big check on the first Thursday of the month. Okay. So guys, we're here to help. We're here to run it up. Obviously guys, a lot of us are going to Dubai coming up here on October 23rd, right? Till the 31st. But we have another I believe company trip that's coming up. Okay. And it's going to be really, really cool. It could be, somewhere nearby. It could be somewhere, obviously it'll be within the country, right? But we have another one that's coming up here very, very soon. That's going to be awesome for all of you that aren't going to Dubai, right? And guess what? At those company events that you're going to go to, you get to walk stage and get recognized in front of hundreds, if not thousands of people for the work that you do right now. Okay, you're going to possibly be able to speak on stage to hundreds, if not thousands of people for the work that you start doing right now. So let's get after it. Let's go hard, guys. It's Saturday. It's beautiful out. Let's make some money. Let's go. But let's more importantly, make sure our new people understand and are set up correctly so they don't quit on their goals and dreams within 30 days. Okay. So I appreciate you guys for hopping on. Happy Super Saturday. Let us know if you need any help, and I will catch you guys later. Peace out.